What's going on? Ryan Troy back with another video for you today. And in this video, I'll be doing a review on a light that stays with me everywhere I go. I have dedicated space in my camera bag for this light. Now, what light am I talking about? The AD100 Pro, which I've coined the luxury strobe. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a light that's the size of a canned soda and only 100 watts be considered a luxury strobe? And some of you may even think, who would buy this light for their first light? And hopefully you know the answer to that, which should be no one. And that's the reason why this is a luxury strobe to me. See, when we think about luxury, we think about things that we actually don't need, things that we can live without. And it may seem strange of me doing a review on a product where I'm telling you it's something that you can live without, but they did not send me this light. And in fact, I bought this light with my own money about 6 months ago and have been using it ever since. I own a lot of Godox products. And since I do, this light serves a particular purpose, a purpose that you may not care about, but for me, I do. And hopefully when I talk about these things, you can understand how it might fit into your kit or may not. So if you are here because you want to purchase your first light, let me point you in the direction of a speed light. Me personally, I prefer the Godox V1 right here. But if you are looking for something that's more powerful, I have a couple videos on my channel that you can feel free to check out and make up your decision on what light would be best for you. Now, back to the reasons why I love this light. And I know you may be thinking 100 watts just isn't strong enough, but to be completely honest, we're not even really shooting at 100 watts like that unless we are outside and trying to overpower the sun. But let's say if you're in the studio or an event space or anything like that, I want you to think about this. If you have an AD200 and you shoot on half power, you're shooting at about 100 watts. And a lot of people don't even shoot at half power with that. If you have an AD400 and you shoot at 1/4 power, you're shooting at 100 watts. Now, me personally, when I use my AD400, I'm usually at an 1/8 or a 1/16 or something like that. And I'm not even at the 100 watt mark. So if you're worried about it not being powerful enough to do the things that you want to do, don't even think about that. It is very, very powerful. If you are wondering why choose an AD100 when you can just use your speed light, well, the biggest thing will probably be most speed lights are around 75 or 76 watts, and the AD100 Pro has 100 watts. It's a more powerful light, and also it's meant to go on a light stand. You don't have to get the hot shoe attachment and do all this other stuff just to mount your light. Now, you can use both with the S2 adapter, which will let you mount Bowen's modifiers on it, but the AD100, in my opinion, is just a better choice. Speed lights tend to overheat when you're trying to use them in a setting like a photo shoot and not just an event where you're going around and taking photos. And just like I love the AD300 Pro because of the fan placement, it's the same way on the AD100 Pro. You can tell that they designed this to look like a mini AD300 Pro, and that's something that I just really like. Now, another thing that I really love about the AD100 Pro would definitely be the size and the weight. When you get the Godox handle, that's sold separately, but it is a must. I'm telling you, it's the main reason why I bring this light everywhere I go. But once you mount that to the AD100, it really turns it into the ultimate run and gun strobe. I used to use the V1 with this and just hold it, but the thing about it is a lot of times I couldn't get it to the right height, and that's what the handle lets you do, like extend the height basically of it. But I would not, it just didn't feel good in my hand because the handle is made for a grip, where just holding the light like this, it doesn't do the same thing. The best thing about that handle too is you can use it with an AD200, and if you've been hitting the gym not like me, you could probably use it with a 300 Pro as well. Another thing you could do is get a lightweight magic arm and mount it to the light. When you do this, the possibilities are endless. Take a look at this, for example. We were in an elevator and it wasn't enough room to put just like a light stand, strobe, and a modifier. So what I did was I saw just a part at the top that I was able to connect this magic arm to, bounce it off the ceiling with the dome attachment to get wonderful images. And that is thanks to the lightweight of it, with me being able to use this magic arm and do that. So another thing you can do is actually put this on a light stand behind your subject without worrying about it being in the way of any of the shots because of how small it is. That's what we did here, and pretty much I just gelled the light to create images like this. But once again, that was possible due to that small size of the AD100 Pro. Now, one of the best things about the Godox AD100 Pro is the magnetic head. And Godox had made some modifiers to take advantage of this magnetic head along with some other third-party companies. Now, because the design of the head is similar to the Profoto A2, you can actually use some of their click modifiers as well, and it just snaps right on to the magnetic head. So, is this light something that you absolutely need? No, but if you want to be prepared for anything that life throws at you, you definitely need this light. Like I said before, it's very small, lightweight, and could fit into your camera bag, considering it's smaller than most lenses out there. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like. And if you're interested in more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. Until the next time, peace.